Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's funny, it's Saturday, it's group again. We went out this morning and it wasn't raining, which is quite unusual on a Slimming World morning, but by gum it rained on the way back. So it always catches us. And I don't know about where you live, but here in Nottingham it's been an extremely wet week. So we've had a week really where we haven't been able to walk very much because of the weather. It's been torrential. And on the days when the weather hasn't been so bad, we've been stuck in the hospital with 3 hospital appointments this week. So my walking level has been way down this week. I think I managed 15.65 miles, which for me is really low. And I have to confess, there was a time towards the end of the week when I was thinking, oh God, my weight's going to go up because my exercise is down. Now, how many times have I said I cannot depend on exercise for losing weight? And I really believe that for me today. It isn't about how much I move, it's about what I put in here. And I truly believe that. And I think for myself, I keep proving it over and over again by my results. So I got up this morning and I went to group, and we're only back about 10 minutes actually from group. I stood in the queue and it crossed my mind again, oh Lord, I haven't walked very far this week. And then I thought, Jane, pull yourself together and stop being so stupid. You've eaten bang on plan. You believe this plan works. You prove it works week after week after week. Just get on the scales and stop being Mardy. So I got on the scales and I really truly believe, as usual, I got the result I deserved because it was determined by what I'd eaten. And today I lost 1.5 pounds. I can't grumble at that, can I? And I'm still smiling. So I weighed in this morning at 9 stone 6.5, which is a total loss of 12 stone 7.5. And I'm really, really comfortable with that. And this is where my body seems to like to be, around the sort of 9 stone 6.5 to 9 stone 8.5 band. And it's just gently moving backwards and forwards in that area. And I'm still loving it. One of the things I was looking at this week, because I like to keep experimenting and looking at how my body works, one of the things I've been seriously looking at this week is the amount of fruit I eat. And I do not eat a vast amount of fruit these days. I think I touched on it in last week's video. For me today, 2 portions or 2 pieces of fruit a day is adequate. I could go over that if there was something I really wanted. It's not set in stone, it's not 2 pieces and cut off, it's what I feel I need and what I'm enjoying. So I kept a list this week of the fruits and the vegetables that I chose to eat. And Joe will tell us these are the fruits I've eaten this week.
Okay, we've got melon medley, so that's a mix of watermelon, Galia and...
Cantaloupe.
Is it cantaloupe? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mango, conference pears, pink lady apples.
So the only fruit there that wasn't speed was mango, and I do like mango, and I do now buy frozen mango, or I buy the tubs of mango pieces from Aldi, or the mango fingers from Aldi. So that's only like basically 4 different types of fruit. That works for me. I'm not a lover of grapes and bananas. They're not speed fruits. I don't eat them because I don't like them, not because I think they would do me any harm. There's no problem at all for people to eat grapes and for people to eat bananas and pineapple and the other fruits that aren't speed. I just choose not to because I don't particularly like them. Right, now the focus this week was probably more on veg because I'm much more of a vegetable eater than I'm a fruit eater, and I believe vegetable as a speed food works much better for me. So can you just list the vegetables I ate this week, Joe?
Yeah, you've had cabbage, swede, carrot, red onion, kohlrabi, okra, tender stem broccoli, beetroot, gherkins, cherry tomatoes, asparagus, celery, broccoli, cauliflower, new potatoes, Maris Piper potatoes, white onion, Brussels sprouts and vitamin D mushrooms from Tesco.
And was that on the list, yeah?
Oh, yeah, no it wasn't.
This has been my favourite vegetable this week. Is that showing on camera?
Yeah, it's perfect.
This is called rainbow chard. In the past I've had Swiss chard, but this is a new find. I'm just opening the leaf out. This is a new find for me this week, and all we did with it was chopped it up, steamed it for 2 or 3 minutes. It's lovely. I think from that list, from memory, the only things that are on there that aren't speed would be the potatoes. I had little new potatoes in their skins and Morris Piper potato in mash. I love vegetables. I can't stress enough how filling and satisfying vegetables make my meals. And when it says cherry tomatoes on there, we don't eat our cherry tomatoes raw, do we, Joe?
No.
We steam them. For how long, Joe?
3-4 minutes.
3 or 4 minutes.
Just until the skin starts to break ever so slightly.
And there is a reason behind this, isn't there, Joe?
Yeah, it increases the lycopene and the absorption of lycopene, the amount of lycopene.
Yeah, the amount of lycopene
that you absorb from them is what I'm trying to say.
Which is a healthy thing to be looking for. They're also absolutely lovely as a hot vegetable, but I think they would be nice with pasta or rice or in a rice salad. It just really brings out the flavour in the tomatoes. So, yeah, that's what we've been doing with our veg this week. Kohlrabi. I have had kohlrabi before a long time ago, and that is nice in a sort of coleslaw or a coleslaw mix. But I've just been loving vegetables. Now, I have not always been a vegetable eater. Joe will tell you in his childhood, I never ever ate any vegetables. I don't mean I had them occasionally, I just didn't eat any. For years, I didn't eat any. Because I thought I didn't like them. I was one of those people who was really good at saying I don't like vegetables. But tell me, how could this taste anything like a carrot? How could a mushroom taste anything like a Brussels sprout? But I thought I didn't like any of them. And what I'm learning as time goes on this plan is, for me, what keeps me on track and what keeps me satisfied is the variety of vegetables I eat. And yeah, that's the way to go for me. So it's been a good week on plan. It's been a satisfying week on plan. Pardon me, I haven't eaten yet. It hasn't been an easy week as far as life is concerned. We've got stuff going off in the family at the moment that is quite stressful, not for us, but for other family members. We've had, as I said, 3 hospital appointments this week. Life goes on. But life goes on when I'm on plan. And it's manageable. If life that's going on causes me to fall off plan, then my life becomes unmanageable. Not because of what's happening around me, but because of the way I'm eating. And if the way I'm eating gets out of control, or becomes me eating the wrong foods and I feel crap and I've got no energy and no enthusiasm, I'm actually spoiling life for myself. And by doing what? By treating myself the way I used to when I was fat and overeating or consuming the wrong things. So I think what I'm learning as I move on in this plan is, as long as I stay on plan, even the uncomfortable things in life are more manageable. Yeah, I like the feeling of being on plan. In my group, we're doing on plan every day in May to lose weight. So we're kind of on day 22 because we started 2 days before the start of the month. And there were people in my group this morning who got the 4th back-to-back weight loss, which for some of them is really unusual. And lots of people saying, you know, they're actually realising how much easier life becomes if you do this 7 days a week rather than 5. Because people were sharing, they would usually just do what they wanted at weekends and then spend the whole week playing catch up or pulling it back. Or overconsume on food during the weekend, spend Monday feeling pretty crap, because I can feel hungover on food if I do that. And then having 5 days on plan and praying for a loss. And the number of people who shared this morning as part of image therapy that actually being on plan 7 days a week makes life so much easier. And it made me smile because I've been doing that for a while. And I want to stress that there's nothing special about me and I'm not perfect. I just like feeling the way I feel today. Nothing tastes as good as this feels, and I don't want to jeopardise that. I'm not throwing that away for a slice of pizza or a bag of crisps. You're welcome to it if that's the way you choose to eat. Yeah. My feelings today around it are, I care more about myself today than I used to care about myself, so I'm much more conscious about what I put in my body. And while I stay with this style of eating, I'm not getting the cravings. I'm not desperate to have pork pie or chocolate, which would be my biggest triggers. I actually like feeling the way I feel. And I like the fact that anything is allowed. I was talking with a dear friend about this last week on the phone. It's coming to that place where I know that nothing is forbidden, that has given me the confidence to say, hey, just because I can have it doesn't mean I have to. And I like that feeling. I like that belief, that self-belief. I still don't play silly games with myself like I used to. The stuff that's going to cause me grief stays on the supermarket shelves. I'm not going to bring a multi-pack of Walker's prawn cocktail crisps into the house just to prove that I can white knuckle it and not touch them. I don't need to do that. I don't need to torment myself, and I don't need to play daft games. I'm not going to bring packets of custard creams and bourbon creams into the house just to prove I don't have to eat them. That would be foolish. But what I do bring into my house today is lots and lots of choice. Good choice for me. And everybody's choices will be different. I'm just finding a way that this plan works for me. I'm not hoping to tell all of you to do it this way. You'll find a way that it works for you. I just feel sad sometimes when I hear people in group and people on social media say things like, everybody comes off plan, everybody has a bad day, everybody needs time off this plan, life is stressful, I need to take a week off, blah, blah, blah. I want to say today that I feel like I used to operate like that, and I've taken the next step forward. Because life is stressful. I think for all of us, life is stressful. For me as a totally blind person, life ain't easy. It has different stresses to what may be a person watching this who's the mother of 3 young kids, or somebody who's watching this and has just lost their job, or somebody who's just had, a bad medical report. There are many, many and varied stresses. Life as a totally blind person has totally different stresses, but it's never stress-free. I used to eat over being blind. Where did it get me? It got me to blind and fat, which was a hell of a lot worse than just being blind. So, yeah, don't think that you have to take time off. Don't think that everybody needs to take time off. Don't think that everybody else does this or everybody else does that. The one thing I have to focus on today is what I do, what I need to do. Because the only behaviour that is going to get me weight loss or maintain my weight loss is my behaviour. It doesn't matter what Tom, Dick and Harry are doing or what Sally, Joan and Barbara are doing. It only matters what I'm doing. And it's a good feeling to go to group and confidently get on the scales. Something I was talking about a few weeks ago was finding an alternative to Muller Lite. Now, I'm not knocking Muller Lite. I'm not saying don't eat Muller Lights. I will still continue to have Muller Lite as an option. But I know I needed to find a choice because I was becoming very dependent on them. That's not a good place for me to be. I need to be able to say I can take or leave things today. Not, oh my God, what am I going to do if I can't get hold of some Muller Lite? What am I going to have? There's nothing else. So I have to find alternatives. And one of the alternatives I've found, and there are a lot out there, a lot of choices out there, and I do regularly say I don't like fruit yogurts, but I like these. These are the, is that in shot, Joe?
It just needs to be spun around a little bit.
You do it, darling. Yeah, I'll let you show it. These are the Skyer fruit yogurts. What are they actually called, Joe? Does it say on part?
Broccoli Sky, Icelandic Sky, style yogurt.
These are from Aldi and they're 50p each.
Yeah.
They're actually 120, thank you. No, you need it to read the ingredients actually.
Oh, okay.
They're actually 121 calories. They're 1.5 Syns, and I think they're well worth 1.5 Syns. You can get them in strawberry for 1 Syn, blueberry, passion fruit, and cherry. Cherry's my favourite for 1.5 Syns. Joe will read you the ingredients on that pot.
Okay, fat-free strained yogurt, sugar, cherries, cherry puree from concentrate, modified maize starch, plant extract, which is carrot concentrate, thickeners, which are guar gum pectins, concentrated lemon juice, and natural flavouring.
Now, the only ingredient on there that I don't easily recognise is guar gum. Does that come from a plant? I don't know. But the thing that does encourage me is that it says sugar, not artificial sweetener. Sugar is the second ingredient, which, okay, for me that's fine. I don't have a problem with sugar in its proper place. And for 1.5 Syns, I'm not going to quibble. So, as I say, 122 calories, 1.5 Syns. Now, this I've got in my hand is a Muller. I'm not even sure what flavour. Is it?
Vanilla.
Vanilla, right, okay. I'm only using this as a comparison. I'm not saying don't eat these. I will still continue to eat Muller Lights, maybe 3 or 4 a week rather than 7. But the ingredients on this pot I think is quite different. Now these are, I think, 99 calories and they're free. So I would eat one of those a day for 122 calories. There was a time when I used to have 3 or 4 of these a day. Today I only have 1 a day, but just read the different ingredients, Joe, and
Okay.
for comparison.
Ingredients: yogurt made of milk, water, fructose, cocoa butter, cocoa powder, fat reduced cocoa powder, butter made from milk, sugar, modified maize starch, gelatin, pectins, guar gum, flavourings, acidity regulators, citric acid, sodium citrates, calcium citrates, vanilla extract, sweeteners, aspartame, acesulfame K. Contains a source of phenylalanine. Yeah.
Now there are several ingredients on there that I don't recognise. There's one that I don't like, which is that aspartame. I never know how to say it.
Aspartame.
Aspartame. Isn't that a known carcinogenic? Or am I?
I don't know. It
There's
doesn't sound
things-
good for you. It doesn't sound
There's
like.
things on there, including artificial sweeteners.
I wouldn't
and-
eat a bowl of it. I wouldn't eat. Oh, you know what? I'd love a bowl of.
What was the
aspartame
sulfate
or
one?
acesulfame K
What's acesulfame K? Well, I don't know what those
or
things are.
phenylalanine.
A phenylalanine. That sounds like something you should be washing your hands with. What I'm saying is, I'm trying to move towards foods that have ingredients I recognise. There's nothing wrong with eating Muller Lights if you're on Slimming World. The one thing I don't like about them these days, and I've only noticed it relatively recently, when we tip them out of the pot to put them into my overnight Weetabix, they plop out and they stay in shape. There must be quite a lot of gelatin in them. Not saying gelatin's a bad thing, but doesn't it usually come from animals?
Well,
Are they
yeah, that's
vegetarian?
what-
They're not
that's
vegetarian, are they?
what vegetarian animals?
No, they're not vegetarian. It's a cow, Joe. That's a vegetarian animal. I'm saying Muller Lights aren't necessarily vegetarian.
No, not if it's got gelatin in.
No. I'm much more conscious about what I eat today. So my plan from here on in is to probably have Muller Lights alternate days or maybe every 3rd day, because I do like the toffee ones. I do like the vanilla ones. I did like the coffee ones, but they're gone again. I like the caramel ones. I'm not trying to scaremonger. I'm just telling you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and that's the whole point of these videos. We read labels so much more now than we ever used to, don't we, Joe?
Yeah, we do.
And it's making us a lot more conscious about what we're eating. So I just wanted to share that. I really do want to emphasise that I am not saying don't eat Muller Lights. I have nothing against Muller Lights. But I think the point I'm trying to make is whatever you're eating these days, it's good to read your ingredients. So I've waffled on enough. I need my breakfast. It's lunchtime. Great group this morning, some great results, loads of awards, more new members, totally enthused and encouraged by it. And I love my result. £1.50 off. Can't grumble about that. So we'll be back next week. Wishing you all a good week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying with us. And remember, it really does work if you work it. It won't if you don't. Cheers. Have a great week.